Well, let me introduce you to the second mini summit of RIP Medical Debt, and it's filled with travelers. The people sitting around this table who have or will have and intend to have an influence on the work that we're doing to achieve our mission, which is modestly set at abolishing $1 billion worth of medical debt.
We're building this infrastructure for all this research. They're paving the way for research that's going to be done to see not only the economic impact, but the social impact, the health impact. Is medical debt and medical debt forgiveness actually a determinant of health itself? We need to know this stuff.
What's really interesting about RIP, you actually do know, right? Because they take the money, they buy loans on pennies on a dollar, and they send out letters where it's like, hey, you had this debt, you had this unfortunate medical incident, you have debt you can't pay. You know what? You don't have to pay it. Abolishing debt for people where the impact is close to zero versus tackling the problems where the IRR of the investment is exceedingly high. Like that's actually important too. That's where the data comes in. That's where the analytics become really important, because there might be some areas where you actually transform people's lives in other areas where you don't.
Our first idea was like reach out to RIP after the John Oliver publicity, and that's how we, researched them. So our idea was basically to reach out to them and try to research a way that, and try to coordinate a way that we could start donating a portion of our revenue to philanthropic efforts to abolish debt for the people that our product would not help.
We will be able to offer context, as in Obasi itself will be able to offer context between lots of the different people in here, and the technology side of it is being able to create a platform that may be useful for everybody to build on top of. That's the plan.
I work with Craig and Jerry now on the overall data strategy and framework, and obviously working with Obashi to put that in place to make this sustainable and successful.
John Oliver's show called me up, and they had gotten my name from somebody and said, we need help on a segment. And the segment they were doing was on medical debt. They engaged us to work with them on the show. They had to delay the show about 3 weeks. We brought in RIP Medical Debt, and the rest was history.
That as part of the 1-0 family, this is a really solid connection for us to sort of close this circle, because there's so much that we do as a commercial entity. There's more that we can do around that, and if the worst thing we ever do is have uncollectible debt and contribute it, then so be it. But the best things that we can do can really be things that can help accelerate RIP and can help us in our business. We might find opportunities where there could be portfolios of assets that are performing and some that are non-performing in the medical space that we can move forward.
We will challenge the data to make sure that at least you're getting the data that we think you need to have to complete the story, and making sure that we can slice and dice the data in a way that's meaningful for the different constituencies, and also taking the data and writing it in a layman's term that can easily be a position paper.
To be honest, I wasn't familiar with the magnitude of the medical debt and issues around it and so forth. Now I'm doing the research at this point. When I saw the news story with John Oliver and the Minnesota nurses case, it sounded very, like you said, noble cause, and sounds like a simple idea but a great one. So very much interested in participating in the discussion.
The fact or the possibility that you could have a healthcare system, which many countries in the world have, including our northern neighbor, in which there is no cost sharing and no possibility of people going into debt because of medical bills, because there are no medical bills. There's just tax-funded healthcare, which is free at the point of service. And that's a model that we strongly believe in for medical reasons. You don't want people to not get the healthcare they need because they can't afford it.
We've launched something called Medical Debt Hub. RIP Medical Debt is the launch sponsor. It's just started. And we bring together content, both original created content. There is so much out there already on the internet, and bringing that together, serving as a hub for third-party content that already exists. We do this for a number of clients, Breast Cancer Research Foundation and others.
Found out, started uncovering all this data and figured it could be really cool to use that data to help patients to realize that the line items on their bills were grossly exaggerated. And so thought about starting a company in that space, iterated a million times, and am now doing something else in the debt collection space.
I represent the Brain Fund, and it's an organization that was started about, actually back in 2014, and it was to deal with student loan debt. Ironically, as I'm sitting here listening, if Jerry changed the name of RIP medical debt to RIP student loan debt or debt-free college, the same issues are prevalent.
A, they're doing something amazing, and B, they have a set of expertise and knowledge about collections and medical debt that nobody in our organization did. So we were happy to just spend time with them and learn from them and understand, what people in that industry need, how the industry can run more efficiently, how patients can be better served as well as the financial markets, and looking for that sort of spot in the Venn diagram where everybody is really better off because people actually know what's going on.